What's up, my little sugar woogers? Hey, 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 my beautiful butterfly. Running late this morning, but you know I work at the schoolhouse and they have things they want us to do too. So, we have bus evacuations this morning. You know how I feel about the children. I had to get all my children off the bus. The scenario was that the bus had caught on fire from the engine. So everybody had to go out through the back door. There are no steps to the back door, but my children all got off of there. We did 2 exercises. One, there were no junior high. These were all elementary children. Special needs. Good morning, everybody coming in. I miss you. I miss you too, but where you been? I've been here. I've been trying to come out here. I have. Raina, where you been? Huh? Hey, Lynette. Good morning, Calvin. How y'all doing? I don't even know what I made for my topic this morning, but I'm telling you, it's about that diddler this morning. That light is gonna bother me. Hold on. Let me get the light out of the way, cause it's not cooperating. The spotlights is making up. Okay. So I came in this morning about 10 minutes ago, and I said, I got to come out here. I got to tell him what's on my mind, because I saw something this morning on that bus. Baby, I'm done with him. It's for life. Ain't nothing he can tell me, and I already know a person is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Guilty. That's my opinion, and I got the right to express my opinion. He messing with the children. Anytime you mess with the children, guilty. Okay? You not eating lunch today? I already had breakfast. We didn't get off the bus run until I clocked out at 5 minutes after 10. So I ran over there and I got breakfast, and it was a sandwich. And I ate it on the run, because then I had another stop to make. So then I was like, I gotta go home. I need to go home and go down there and talk to them people about Xfinity, because they sent me hold on, y'all. They sent me an email saying that Comcast had taken money out of my account. I told y'all about that. $127.18. And didn't give me no explanation. So I went to the bank yesterday and stopped payment on it. And I've let the bank deal with them. And then, well, let me move y'all over, because I'm trying to bust some suds while I'm here too. Hey, Kendra, how you doing? So, I ate on the run. And then I had to go down there and see about my money. After going to the bank yesterday, they can't take no more money out. But where is my money y'all took from me? That's what I want to know. So they send me all kind of emails here, because Comcast should be included in my lease agreement. I'm on community, so I don't have a separate account. So there was no reason to take no money out of my account. So I had to go find my smoney's. Okay, what y'all doing with my smoney's? I ain't tell y'all to go into my bank account and get no money. Y'all being real thievery out here, okay? Just decide y'all want to go in there and take some money, y'all do. No. You got the wrong one, baby. That's not the one. You're not going to do it like that, baby. You know, there's people out here be trying to take, why this stuff? Hold on. Let's try this dishwasher. I like to see some suds. This stuff didn't sud, okay? Put some suds in there. Another thing I need to do is call down there, go back down there and tell them, they need to turn this hot water up. I like it hot. Yeah. And I'm washing my dishes. I don't want no almost hot water. No, baby, we ain't gonna do it like that. So anyway, hey, Miss Aretha, how you doing? Kendra, you out at work? Kendra, you should be out for your break by now, huh? Miss Beth, that ain't none of your business. Okay, get out of Kendra's business and go on back over on your channel and do what you do. Talk to your sugar woogers and stop worrying about Kendra. She a grown woman. She know what she doing. She could be off today for all you know. Thank you, Rena, for those hearts. I appreciate that. But okay, so we did a bus evacuation, and we did 2 exercises with that, and I got all my children off the bus within 3.5 minutes. verbal, non-verbal, wheelchair, everything was off of that bus. I had 2 teachers that were there to help. But I was thinking in my mind that ain't no teachers gonna be on that bus. Like if I go back this evening, God forbid it does catch on fire, it's gonna be me and Miss Diane. So in my mind, I wasn't really dependent on them. I was trying to see if I could do it myself. And I set a record this year over last year. Last year it took me 5 minutes. This year, 3.5. Because I explained it to them, okay? We got to pretend like this bus is on fire, and y'all, everybody who can walk, need to get off of here. I know pretty much. I had some of my students, but I had a few kids I didn't know. So that was the drill this morning. Then the principal comes up to me at the elementary school and she says, "Have you worked with special needs kids before?" I said, "No. I mean, not in no professional setting. Just, maybe around, I had a brother that was special needs, and I had been around other people who had special needs children, but I've never worked in a professional setting." She said, "Why don't you? We always need special needs teachers." And I looked at her like, "Lady, I ain't been in no classroom since I was in my 20s. That's been 50 years ago. I don't know about that." So she made it sound real good. "You already have a degree? Do you have a degree?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, I said, "It happened to be in, one of my degrees is in early childhood development." That was back in the 70s. I ain't never worked in that field ever in my life. In fact, I ain't never worked in neither one of the fields I got degrees in. I went for the money. Now I can do what I want to. So she said, "Well, all you got to do is just go down there and apply. You don't even have to take the 30-hour certification and all of that stuff." And I'm like, "What? I've been out of school 50 years and y'all talking about all I got to do?" "Well, because you're already working with special needs kids as a monitor over there, then we consider that as experience." I said, "Oh, y'all desperate, okay? Y'all sure y'all want me to be off in the classroom? Because I'm not sure about that. But let me think about it. I ain't finna apply right now. I ain't finna do nothing. I'm comfortable right where I am for right now. And I don't need no new stuff starting in my brain. But the hours are better. They work from 8 to 4. Much more money. If you're looking for more money, it's definitely more money. Thousands and thousands more money." But I told her, I said, let me just think about it and all that. And then, she said, "Well, all you got to do is just get on the computer and apply." I said, "Okay, all right, we gonna think about all this." Hey, my caller, how you doing? Let me move back up because I was busting suds, y'all. Okay. Hey, Shatika, blessings to you, baby. Thumbs up. Miss Jean is in the building. I see you got on your pink today. Every Friday is breast cancer awareness throughout the month. So I got one more Friday, I think, in this month to wear pink. And I'm glad because I'm running out of pinks, okay? I still got on my little breast cancer awareness chain. I didn't bother to put on my breast cancer earrings this morning. It might not have been a good idea because sometimes when your kids go off, they'll pull them, okay? So they kind of long and they would have stood out. So I probably did the right thing now. Okay, I'm on vacation. I go back on Monday. Good for you. You enjoy your vacation, Kendra. Everybody need a break sometime. I don't care if you don't do nothing but walk around in your house. It's yours. At peace and in harmony. That's a great thing. Take some time out for Kendra, okay? And do what Kendra want to do. That's a vacation right there if you don't go nowhere. It's nice to go places because I found that when I take vacations, it makes me want to come back home after I can deal with a week vacation. After a week, I'm ready to go home. I'm sick of hotel beds. Ain't no bed like your own bed. I'm sick of eating out every day. I might not want to cook every day in my home, but the idea that I can't do it, that's the problem right there. So enjoy it, Kendra. Hey, Miss Aretha. Okay, I'm back to where I was supposed to be. Yes, you're relaxing. Good, good, good. So I'm on the bus this morning, y'all. And I'm reading about the diddler. And them children. Now, y'all know how I feel about children. If you want to see me act a fool and go to jail for the first time in my life, start messing with them children and let me see you messing with them. That's how, if y'all want to know what makes me snap, messing with old people, elderly people that's down and out and can't do for themselves anymore, and messing with the children. I told you that's the two people. Everybody else, y'all on y'all own, okay? Y'all don't need my help. But them two groups of people make me snap in a New York second. I kid you not. I ain't got time to play when it comes to them. So I was reading an article. Y'all may have seen it about the little 9-year-old. And there's plenty of them out there. That's why I say, I know the law say you innocent until proven guilty. But where did all these videos come from? They ain't all made up. Now, in every case, it's going to be some untruths. But in this case, it's more people just here in Houston, Texas. Bugsby is representing 125 and said he got 3,000 and some calls. I can't with no diddler. I cannot. See, that's why I guess most of my family went into the legal system. I never thought about it one time, because I'm going to tell y'all, you think you know me? You got me all wrong. I don't think like normal people when it comes to those two groups of people. Getting a lick back, I ain't thinking about no lick. I'm thinking about how I can dispose of you, period. That's what I'm thinking. I was a lab analyst 20 years. I'm thinking about some sulfuric acid. I'm thinking about some nitric acid. I'm thinking about some phosphoric acid. Put it all together in the bathtub and sitting you in it. That's what I'm thinking about, giving you a good bath in it. They just let you dissolve and just run. I'm telling you, I'll go nuts. These people out here trying to act normal and they want to fight. I ain't trying to fight. I'm trying to get rid of you. That's why I did not need to go in that field. I wouldn't have been a good cop. Same thing you did to them children need to be done to you, but without the drugs. How about that? See, that's how I think. A little crazy. I can go real dumbfounded if I... That's what I tell them. I'm done. Okay? Let me see what you're saying here. I just came back to work after being off for 19 days. Ooh, that'd have been hard for me to go back after 19 days. It's going to be hard for me to go back after Thanksgiving after 8 days and after Christmas after 11 days. Then you won't get no more break again until spring break. You might have one in-service day maybe in February. And last year was around my birthday. But this year, I don't care if we don't get one at all. I'm taking it off. I done hit another milestone. I done passed my 10. I'm going to celebrate if I celebrate all by myself. I don't have a problem doing nothing by myself no more. I don't. I was burnt out, although I work from home. It still work. Whether you got to get up and go out there in the working world or whether you do it from home, you're still a burnout. You still got to use your brain. You might be sitting at a computer all day, which is worse because I like to be walking around burning up a little energy, okay? Because I got a lot. I oversee oncology medication and all the shortages. You got a job, Ms. Aretha. Because there's millions of people in the world with cancer. You and my sister, hats off to you, okay? Anybody who deal in that profession. Because that's some very, very sick people. It's a life and death situation. I feel so much better. Good. But somebody's got to do it. So shout out to Miss Aretha. Okay. Let me move on. I don't like that either. People who make fun, disrespect, and abuse the elderly, children, and the handicapped. Add them in there too, Shatika. Any group of people who are not normal people or have lived a normal, productive, tax-paying citizen type of life ain't bothering nobody. Why you bothering them? Leave them folks alone. I get so upset when I have to go to a nursing home because a lot of them people up in that nursing home, They ain't taking care of them people. Why did you choose that profession if you wasn't going to do your job? If I didn't like children, why in the Sam Dickens would I be down there working with them? Because somebody got to do it, and I don't mind doing it. That's why. Because it sure ain't enough money for me to take what I take off of them. But when I can see progress, and when I can see a child leaving my bus, going to the long bus, even I got excited this week because every child on every bus, that ain't what I'm trying to say. Every child from every school, elementary, junior high, and high school now is buckling up. They know what seats they sit in, and they got off that bus this morning. So I know if we do have an accident or a fire on that bus, doggone it, I can lead them off of there, and we'll all get to safety. Because I figured out this much last year. Don't try to get your wheelchairs off first because they take too much time. You can get those babies off of there and get them to Miss Diane real quick. That'll give you more time to get your wheelchair off of there, and you get on the ramp with him and go down with him. Don't try to put him on there and then you head back to the, we going down together, okay? So if I have to let this wheelchair drop off of this ramp, we dropping down together, baby. We getting to safety. We getting up off of y'all. Might have a broke leg or whatever, but we ain't burn up. Now, Ms.V, we believe that the 9-year-older is Ursula. It could have been. Whoever the 9-year-old was, it was wrong. It was wrong. I done read about a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 16-year-old. I don't care whose child it was. I don't care if he got the child off the street. You didn't have no business doing nothing what you did to them children. You messed up their lives mentally. Now, you've heard of so many stories where people get molested by family members and all this other stuff out here. People they don't even know, okay? And how it plays a toll on them for life. A lot of them have issues for life. They really can't trust men, or they can't trust another one. They can't trust people like a normal person could trust them to an extent, okay? Ain't too many people need to be trusted these days because I feel like the whole world has lost their mind and gone absolutely crazy. It's hard to trust people now. They smile in your face and stab you in a heartbeat, all the while they still smiling and walking away from you with the blood on the knife. And don't see nothing wrong with that. Nothing. You know they crazy. You got a lot of PTO. That's good. Take it when you need it, sugar. We're at that age now. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? Moonshadow, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so you come back with something intelligent, I'm going to take you out the next time, okay? Yes, the handicap, too. People forget that the handicap is abused by their spouse, their children, and other people. Facts. I've seen it since I've been working down there. They don't treat them the same. I have one little boy don't ever want to get off the bus in the evening. I got to beg him. And I told Miss Diane, I said, something going on in that home. He come to the bus crying. In the evening, he don't want to leave off. You can't tell me something ain't right in there. Everybody else getting off happy, glad to see their mama, because the parents or somebody that's on that sheet got to meet them, my children. We can't just let them get off the bus and run all up in the house. They might run down the street, across the street. You don't know what they gonna do. No, this is door to door, handed from me to your parent, okay? So it ain't no question about who took the child. If somebody strange come up there, I gotta go back to my book and look, what's your name? Where your driver's license? I ain't gonna just, I'm his sister. Okay, prove it. Yeah. I take care of a cancer patient whom I love and care for as if she was my family. And you can get very attached to them. When my daughter was working in hospice, I knew it wasn't going to work. You talking about somebody with a heart of gold will give you the shirt off of her back while she's still wearing it. Put her hands in front of her and go on till she can find her something to cover up with. She'll do that. And I knew when she started losing those patients, it was going to get to her. I think she might have made a year doing that. as a hospice nurse. She too soft. Hey, Gwen and Aretha, with cancer, many can't get their pain medicine. They all out, but Beverly Hills got it. Yeah. It's the same thing when the former president got the C. Remember? He got the treatment he needed, but look at how many people had passed away. Hundreds of thousands of people, including my deceased husband. Okay? I'm just saying. And that blood stain ain't on my hands, so I don't care. And whoever want to vote for him, that is. Okay? But ain't nobody explained that yet. How all of a sudden the cemetery is just so full, they buried all down close to the ditch. Quinn, we've been maintaining because I pay attention to details and go ahead and order extra. Good. You're on top of your job when you're doing that. I don't know if it's true or not, John. I can't ever come out here and say that this stuff is true because I wasn't there. And I'm a firm believer, if you weren't there, then you don't really know. You know who do know, them FBI's and Homeland Security, and you know who will know come May. A lot of this stuff is coming out in May. When he hit the courtroom and he told me he gonna get up there and speak for himself, good luck. Okay, people who are getting cancer are growing in numbers more than any years. Something fishy going on. It is. I talked about that one time before. Moonshadow, that it's got to be in our food chain or in our water supply. That's the two things we all have in common. We eating out more than we've ever eaten out before, and we all drink water sometimes throughout the day. Speaking of water, my picture, I got to fill it up because I forgot it this morning on the run. Hold on, let me get some water here, y'all. Get a little something. Okay. Yeah, but I truly believe that. But back to this man here, I don't care. He's a predator in my eyesight. If all of it is true, and I ain't gonna say all of it is true, but enough of it is. If you mess with one, that was one too many. And that's how I feel about it. I don't care if it was your first time, second time, or third time. You knew better than that. You ain't never been classified as special needs. And see, I'm not only blaming him. Where were the parents? Y'all was after money too. You sold your children to him. Let him and whoever do anything, and anybody who was up in there and saw it, and now you all of a sudden, you got something to say, it's a little too late. You should have been talking before now, in my opinion. Ain't no way I'm going to go there and I'm not going to get to some kind of authority and tell him, now I got to be protected from this person. But I got something to say. There's some bad stuff going on up in there with them children. Ain't no way I could hold it. Because I be putting myself in them kids' position. Okay, I'm a little child and my parents, all of a sudden, they gone. But I'm up in here with him and this is what's happening to me. And I can't contact my parents, or I'm threatened, or whatever happened, that I can't say a word. I'm with you, John. Amen to that. Yes, indeed. It's too much. You got to be out your mind. Talk about pray for Diddy. No, you pray for them children, okay, who got messed up. You pray for them grown men like Ursha, who was messed up. Because I better not find out that he got messed up, and then you brought Beaver up in there to get messed up. I'm gonna be done with you too. Yeah. Now that's just the way I feel about it. That's too much. And when is enough enough? And you got to know that this man is insane. You around him. You got to hear his conversation. He got to be talking about it. Something is desperately wrong. So how are you going to put him back out there? Okay, he's thinking, I'm in jail for now. I got so much money. This was his thought process when he first went out. That he had so much money that he was going to be able to get out of this. No. They showed you no. They told you no. 3 times. Then, now you're going to stay in there to me. How are you going to survive in there once they give you your sentence? The problem is, I feel right now is, we just don't know how much time he's going to get and where they're going to send it. That's the deal. Because he's not walking out. He's a danger to society. It's too many people that come up missing. It's a lot of missing children. Where is that little child he had? That little white child. We ain't seen that child in years. Where is that child? It's too many deaths that happen that he connected to. Mysterious deaths. I couldn't trust nobody like that back out on the street. Because all it would take is for him to find somebody else with the power to allow him to do what he did. That's it. Hey, Elaine, good morning. How you doing? Elaine, we in here talking about this diddle this morning. This diddle done got on my nerves. I was reading that stuff and getting mad. I was rolling down the I was like, oh, I can't with him. How many more kids gonna come out and say this, okay? How many are gone? We don't know nothing about them. How did he get this much influence to be able to do this? Huh? Usher? Lollipop? I'm a Southern girl, baby. I don't always pronounce my words like you want me to. Okay? But you knew what I was talking about, huh, Lollipop? So don't come in here trying to correct me at 70 because it probably ain't going to work out for you. I'm telling you. If I made it through 2 degrees and a master's degree, and they didn't have a problem with it, I spelled it right for the test, then don't have no problem with it because you wasting your breath, baby. Go on with that, okay? Intuitively speaking, and social services brought, what, kidda, there too? Well, I didn't know nothing about that intuitively, but y'all probably know more than I know because you have more time to watch this stuff. Okay? But if that be the case, then you know they were bought. Because that's their job to take them from predators like him. Wow. Let me go back up here. And welcome, intuitively speaking. Lollipop, leave me alone. Quinn, and hit that like button while you in here bothering me. Thank you. I can't with no lollipop this morning. Now, don't get the pluck in my nerves and make me think how I'm going to get rid of you, okay? Because it might not just be blocking. I might have to think of something else. The FBI knows someone always watching. I know a big mouth YouTuber who kept criticizing the Queen because her age and, well, the Secret Service visited his house. He only had 1K subs, but he got checked. What? Hold on, Queen. What you talking about? That FBI knows someone always watching. I know a big mouth YouTuber who kept criticizing the Queen because her age. And, well, the Secret Service visited his house. He only had 1K subs, but he got checked. Oh, my Lord. Y'all be coming here telling me stuff I ain't never heard of before. Now y'all got me wondering, who was the Queen? And who was the person they checked? Oh, Lord, I'm more confused now than ever. But a good thing they got checked. You ain't got no business messing with nobody who ain't messing with you. And leave old folks alone. Go find you something to do. Nobody want to be bothered with nobody. You ain't old enough to know that yet. Keep living. Good afternoon. Hey, Living for Jesus, how you doing? They brought kids that supposedly that tunnel was all about bringing them kids in and out that was connected to other houses down there. And the one girl I saw said it was like a maze. You had to be led down there by security because you would never find your way out of there. What a shame. Child trafficking, all kind of stuff, drugs. They ought to charge them with drug charges. And who taught you how to do that? You know you weren't smart enough to come up with that idea. Now I worked in a lab, a chemical lab, for 20 years. And I wouldn't have been smart enough to come up with that. Now I could have told them exactly what was in it and then looked it up, but I wouldn't have been smart enough to figure that out. You're welcome, intuitively. Ms.V, that is the problem. A lot of the victims turn predators. Yeah, it appears that way from looking at Ursha. If that be true about him, then I guess being turned out at such an early age, in his teens, 15 or so, then maybe you think that's the right thing to do. But he did say on one of the videos, a clip of a video I watched, that he would never take his kids around, so he know right from wrong. Yep. Hi, Newt. I don't have no idea what you're saying. And that was here in the USA. Wow, Quinn. What is wrong with people? Baby, since the 80s, it's the 80s when I really, really saw a change in the world of how people think and what they would say and what they would do. Before then, life wasn't bad at all. It really wasn't. Especially in the black world. We all lived in the same neighborhood. The parent across the street, the woman up there, the man on the corner could all whoop your ass and bring you home. And ain't nobody died from no whooping. But we were better people. We were more respectful people. We dare not cuss in front of no children. What? You dare not talk back to your parent. These kids got the last word these days. I still got my teeth, Donna. That means I ain't talk back. I might have thought it, but I sure didn't say it. Because I'd have been mad at some teeth. Yeah. And probably wouldn't have got none put in there. We're talking about some partials or a bridge. Oh, no. So you're going to walk with them teeth. That's going to be a lesson learned. When you get up out of my house and you able to buy your own teeth, then you go buy some. It's a different day and time. Parents ain't raising children, and children are raising themselves, and they doing and saying whatever they want. And then guess who finished raising them when you don't do your job at home? The prison system. A stripper came forward this week and said that Diddy had promoters to lure women to his house. Also, I had seen where his two sons, them oldest two sons, were bringing younger age women their age off in there. Thinking they were there for music, and once they got there, it was another story. Can you imagine that? You're trying to get a music career started, but the only way you're going to do this is you got to go by my rules and my regulations, and you're going to have to do what I want you to do. I still blame them parents. How you gonna let them people go up in there? You ain't up in there with them, and they minors. Okay. Newt, you out. Okay. That's 2 times. The stripper also stated in her, hey, Favor Love, I'm sorry I didn't speak to you. The stripper also stated in her interview that Diddy would pick out the women he wanted by giving them White House slippers. And it's something about some white fingernail polish too. And security took their phones before they went into the house. And this man who out here who claimed he used to be Diddy's security, you guilty too. Because you knew what happened, because you telling the story about everything that happened now. You guilty too, because you did not mention it. You did not say nothing. You did not go to the authorities. You made that money. But now, all of a sudden, since he locked up, You out here every day talking. Every day. Good morning, TNT. How are you doing? Hi, Clara. Hello, lady. How are you? I'm great. On my little break. It ain't going to be a long one today because I went out and ate before I came on here and had to run a few errands before I came on. But I'm here. I'm here. Okay, I'll be doing my best, y'all. I promise. Christina, all this evil has been around forever. It has. Ain't nothing new. I tell y'all that all the time. It's different, a different day with different characters. If you go back and you honestly read the Bible for what is in there, you'll have a character in the Bible that prostituted. You'll have one in there who committed the same sins with a different name in a different time. Nothing new under the sun. You'll have some in there who went to jail. Didn't David write when he was off in the jailhouse? Nothing new. All these evil have been around forever, but society, at least as a whole, stood against it. Exactly. Back then, okay? Right was right and wrong was wrong. But today, it depends on who it is. Okay? Well, she said it, so, she's got to be right. Even though she done lied her ass off about everything imaginable, but she right. Because she's a great entertainer. He was too, huh? But did that mean that what he did was right? That's what I'm saying right there. There was some standards. Now evil is celebrated. You got that right. It looked like Hollywood isn't lost it. And how long has this been going on? This ain't just started with him. We had Hugh Hefner before him. But of course nothing happened to him. Different shade, okay? TNT family show. That is how I was raised on respect my people, and I am raised my children, and I am a single mom. You don't have to have a man in the house to raise your children, right? Your children just got to know you ain't playing with them, and this is the law and order up in this house, and these are the consequences if you don't do this, and that. Yeah, like I say, you can almost tell who was raised in a house by what they say and do right now as a grown adult person. Why would you change if your parents raised you with standards and morals and character? Money? Oh, they didn't teach you about that either. It's a means of exchange, okay? It's so sickening to me, and I truly believe what the stripper said. It's probably true. Favor love. I wouldn't doubt it at all. Nothing that's out here at this point am I going to doubt it. Okay? I just can't sit here and speak that it's the truth because I wasn't there and I don't talk stuff I don't know to be a fact, especially something this serious. All I got to say is you mess with the children, and when you mess with the children, you messing with me because I think some evil thoughts myself of how they should treat you. And you would get it. It's very doubtful that he won't get his lick back, as people like to say out here, the little children were licked back, okay, in prison. You will. Because there's going to be somebody in there that's going to be better than you, and they're going to use you because they know you got some outside connections that can get some money and whatever else they need up in there. I don't see no survival for him. Outside or inside. You heard too many people. Good morning, Desmond. What's up? Just out here talking to my little sugar wigs about the diddler this morning who done pissed Ms.V off this morning. Okay? Because I'm tired of hearing about these children. Now, I can't with that. Care what his mama say. He's a good boy and he's a this and that. That's what you're supposed to say. Look, he put you in a $2 million house. You birthed him. That's what you're supposed to say. But that don't mean that's the truth. No. His mama, exactly, intuitively. I think he was an informant. And could have been. Until he messed with them liquor people with all that money. Them Chirac folks, you ain't finna get another drink over here. We can't trust you either. And just imagine the people who dealt with him like on a constant basis, like maybe what they saw, the cook in the kitchen. Ain't none of them people talking yet. Some maids was up in there somewhere. A driver was there. He drive himself everywhere he went. He had a lot of employees. I ain't heard them say a word yet. And if he didn't have no respect at them white parties, he didn't have respect, period. It's a lot of stuff went down. Rena, you laughing, but I can't remember what I said. But I'm glad you're laughing. I love for y'all to be putting them laughing emojis up in here and putting them hate messages up in here and them frowns and all that other stuff. Okay? I don't like that. Joshua say looking like leather. Okay? What's up? When I was in an accident, I was more concerned about my patient and missed them dearly. Exactly. When you have empathy for people and sympathy, when you generally care about a person, you will be more concerned. I could be in an accident going back to work, but whoever hit me or whoever I hit, I want to make sure they all right too. If I can get up and I can walk to them, okay, we can get these cars together, okay, whether you got insurance, whether I don't, that don't matter. We gonna get all that together sooner or later. But if you're not in any condition to even drive that car again, that car ain't gonna mean nothing to you. Not at all. Kara, I don't know if you know, but Liam Payne, the singer who died, had on an interview talked about Diddy, and it was trending before his death. It was mighty suspicious death to fall of a hotel building. All them deaths connected to him. What the baby mama, that's kind of scary too. She go off and she's writing a book and she come back and all of a sudden she get something like the flu or the pneumonia and she just died. Do you know how many people live with that? But all of a sudden she gone. Tupac gone. Biggie gone. All these people were connected in some kind of way. Year of exposure. We'll see. Ms.V, that's why I wanted to have a discussion about the BS Diddy is asking for his accusers to be because he got too much influence on the outside. And there's still money out there that was made by him. And sure got money. Even though the boy didn't pay his car note, he said he gonna pay it. The $179,000 on the Bentley that he got, we talked about yesterday. And he connected with too many people who do have money. If they took all of it today, look at who he's connected with. That's got just as much money as him. I don't think that's a good idea. While he locked up, keep him locked up, okay? And away from people. Why hurt anybody else? Ain't it enough people been hurt? No, not a good idea. I couldn't think who that was, Rena. I was going to talk about it last night, but I didn't know who it was, but I don't think you were in the chat last night, so we just flip-flopped it to something else and talked about it. People who live in my building are so evil, and I am the only one who gives them respect. But they don't show me no respect at all because everybody wasn't raised right, TNT. That's the problem. The parenting in the household fell down big time. Grandparents was raising these children back there in the 80s. That's when the mama got out there in the working world and grandma don't feel like doing all that. She old. She makes sure you got some food on the table, some clothes on your back. That you out there in them streets doing whatever you want to do. And grandma don't know. That was a breakdown in parenting, big time. I saw it. My kid came up in the 80s. I moved her out of one school district because that's when the Bloods and the Crips were coming on the scene and they were over there fighting in the circle where the parents drop the kids off and my child telling me you can't drop me off here. This is where the Bloods and the Crips meet up in the morning. I'm like, okay, you ain't gonna be dropped off too much nowhere else down here in this district. I got up every morning and drove 14 miles north and then had to drop her off at a friend's house and turn around and drive back 36 miles south to get to my job. We woke up at 4 o'clock back then, both of us. I had to do the hair at night. It's too much hair. Hair all down here, thick, baby. I couldn't be bothered with all that in the morning. I did that hair. I tied it up. I brushed it up a little bit in the morning, put a little oil sheen on it. Laid her clothes out at night, everything. All homework done before I get home. You got Miss, can't think of the lady's name now. She's been deceased for a while. She's there with you, Miss Aubrey. She's there with you. Y'all do the homework and I'll check it when I get home. That's how it went down. Yep. Type of a discussion about the law. Yes. What do you want to know, Rena? Because that's what I didn't know, what you want to talk about. Patricia Williams, Ms. V, this is what I just can't understand. A lot of these people don't have HIV. Diddy? Supposedly he did. So did he use protection with some and not with others? Perhaps? Patricia? That's the only thing I could think. If he has HIV, or I also heard herpes, those things are for life. So why would some have I think it was herpes I was reading about. And you're saying, why don't they have HIV? Good question. That's a good question. I don't know. TNT, no, you don't. Liam Payne and Diddy were part of the same crowd. Liam probably knew something he should have known. Yeah, it's a lot of them still here. A lot of them, SAM, still here that know a lot. Now, if Kanye is really moved to Japan, there's more to it than you leaving this country right now, too. But I'm going to tell you something. If Homeland Security and the FBI get together and they want to bring you back here, I work for the airlines. I've seen a lot of people brought on the plane, plain clothes. You will never know who they are. You will never know where they sit. And you will never be able to detect that they are a prisoner unless you work for the airlines and you know what seat they're sitting in and what seat they're going to sit in all the time. Wintertime, their hands are going to be inside or behind them, coat thrown over them. You can't tell. But we knew. We knew better than to say anything to either one of them, the Leo or the prisoner. You don't offer them nothing. You don't say nothing to them. You skip them. Yes. Achilles. Pray for Diddy. I wish he was still dating Jennifer Lopez. You pray for him, baby. That's what you want to do. I'm going to pray for the children, the victims of Diddy. Okay? Now, you do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. That this does not mess up their minds for life. Favor Lover said, absolutely. Patricia, mommy kissing son in the mouth. I don't even like people kissing little babies on their face and stuff. I've seen people no, your breath, your mouth is everywhere, eating everything and doing everything with no. It's dirty. It's nasty. I don't care how you brush your teeth, wash your face. On the hand, the kiss is a kiss, okay? Not in the face. Don't do that. Leave your bad breath. I'm not going to even say your breath is bad. I'm just going to say your mouth is nasty. That's it. And leave it right there. And stop kissing them babies all over the place. And she should have taught him better herself. Might be a little something wrong with her to allow that to happen. My dad ain't never kissed me in no mouth, and my mama either. What? We got hugged. We got loved all the time. We got kissed. Yeah, on the forehead. I don't never remember neither one of them kissing me on my cheek. Nope. Hey, Tasha T. I'm like you, Ms. V. When the stripper started talking about how he had little children dressed up, little adults, I was done. I'm telling you, this morning took the cake for me. When I was reading about that little guy this morning, and I'm like, I know too many people in my life that I went to school with back in elementary school. I have a friend now. She is messed up. She could not stay in a relationship. She got on drugs. I'm talking about a straight A student when we were in school. She took it all the way to the street, and it was behind her stepfather molesting her as a child. Mother, a school teacher, and a preacher. She was one of the first black women preachers in my little small hometown. But your daughter is telling you, but you're not listening to her. You keeping him up in there, and it's continually happening. We didn't even talk about it in full effect until she was grown. It messed her up. Yeah, and she's on medication now for life and been on that a long time. Ever since she came off the street, she's a stone to the bone alcoholic, stone to the bone druggie out there, still working because she got to work right now because all of her young adult years, she was on the street. She didn't get herself cleaned up until she was in her 40s. Mm-hmm. She is working at Southern University now. But that ain't her young life story. That's why I'm telling you, this stuff can mess you up for life and make you have to do things you don't want to do. And like she said, I'll always work. I don't have a choice. I started too late. And isn't that sad? Desmond, you doing great? You relaxing? Good. I like that, baby. I like that laid back and that relaxing stuff. That's what I was telling Kendra. If you don't do nothing else, just relax. Enjoy the peace of mind of being away from people. A lot of times I can't deal with people all day, every day. I've been with people all day long, and then I'm going to be with people all night. I got to have sometimes some me time. Get away from all that to think for me. But it starts from the home. I agree, TNT, teach your children on how to respect your elders. Yep. Once they got it, they got it. Yeah, it's hard for me to disrespect an elderly person. Ain't no way. Because I was taught it don't make no difference what they say. You ain't got to say nothing back. That's not what these new parents after my generation taught their children. Oh, they can get it too. You sound stupid. You ain't never picked up the Bible and read nothing like that in there about no elderly and disrespecting them. So don't come out here with that mess. No. It makes me wonder why he got those little children from and the nerve to dress them up like adults. His mind was messed up. And that's pretty obvious. Hey, Reba Glamour of 2. Good morning, Niecy Pooh. How you doing? Kiara, how bad does the world have to get for parents to not take children into Diddy's parties? And that's another thing. You knew what kind of party it was, but he telling you the children got to go after 12 o'clock. Because it's going to be an all-adult thing, and it's going to go into maybe another day or two, depending. Because I understand he kept that one woman, Cassie, up in the room, beating on her and drugging her and having sex with her up to 48 hours. That's what she had in her report. Shoot. Where there's not just liquor, but strippers and foul music. Crazy world. It is. But maybe this will be the turnaround for people to become better parents. Because you think you're a good parent because you kept a roof over your child's head, and you think you're a good parent because you kept food on the table, or you kept transportation for them to drive. What did you teach them? That's what I want to know. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This ain't the Wild Wild West. The hell wrong with y'all? Justin Bieber went with his parents allegedly when he was popular at ages of 14 and around, and the parents had orgies on those parties. Crazy stuff. I always blame her. I didn't know about no dad, if he even had a daddy around, but I blame her for allowing him to go and stay with him. I blame Ursha's parents for allowing him to go stay with him. You don't know nothing. See, that's the difference in when I was raised and when these people coming along. We didn't stay away from home at night, first of all. And before we could even go over there and play in somebody else's yard, first of all, if you're going to play, you playing outside. Now, I don't care if it's mud cake back then, imaginary cooking. I don't care if y'all playing ball outside. You ain't play no ball inside. These kids play ball inside, bouncing basketballs up and down the house. They do too much. But you didn't go up in their house eating either. When you got home, you come home. It's just a lot of things we wasn't allowed to do. These kids be up in there, just be begging and asking for food. And one was on the bus this morning, little boy came on. I sure would like to have some of that. Then you just leave out your house. Don't do that. You're going to get breakfast. You ain't got but 10 more minutes. Wait, don't do that. I can't with that. Hey, Larry, wow, yes, the victims, Ms.V. That's who it is. These stupid people coming in here talking about pray for Diddy. You go pray for him. I'm talking about the victims. And people's wonder why babies come out with herpes called cold sores. Exactly. It's already in your bloodstream. And some of these people might not even find out until way later when they got the breakouts, because herpes is kind of different. It's a kind of silent thing for a while, unless you get a bad case of it. Hey, Larry is saying we pray no more prayers for Diddy. He don't need our prayers. He need to pray for himself. He need to ask God for forgiveness. He need to come out here and apologize to them people. He need to take some of them billions and he need to make them people comfortable. He need to make sure that they are provided with therapy so they can live a more productive life and never have to see him again. Okay, that would be a good prayer to come true. That's right, Auntie. The mouth holds plenty of germs. You ain't never lied, Reba. I kiss my G-babies on their heads. Yes, on the hand. What's wrong with that? But I don't be kissing them all in their face and stuff. Halitosis all over them babies. Then you wonder, why they skin break out? You with your mouth? Favor Love say, so sad, glad she is getting better. Yeah, she is. Talking about my friend. She's much better. She's been holding down a job now. She's a little younger than me because she skipped a grade early on in elementary school. So she's probably about 68, but she don't see herself retiring until she out of here. She don't see no retirement. She has a nice home. I visited with her down there. We remained friends over the years. A lot of those years, I didn't even know where she was because she went off to Minnesota to go to school. And that's where she got hooked, when she was in Minnesota. And then she came back to Houston. I went out there one time and had no idea that she was hooked on cocaine at that time, well, crack. And I noticed that she made the visit very, very brief. And all of a sudden the phone rang and it was like, girl, I got to go. I had driven almost 50 miles to see her because we hadn't seen each other since high school. But I mean, we had the opportunity about 2 years ago. I went through and spent a couple of days with her. And we had the opportunity to talk about all of that. And it's just so sad to me. I sit there and I started crying because I didn't know none of this was going on. I even paid for her to go to a class reunion. I think it was our 20th year class reunion. She was home. And I called her up and she said she didn't want to go. And I was like, how you don't want to go to the class reunion? This is 20 years. You haven't even seen these people. And she told me then, she said, oh yeah, I've seen them and they've seen me drunk as a skunk walking the streets here. Back in our hometown. I was like, oh my God. Well, you going, because I already paid for it and I'm coming to pick you up. And she went, had a good time. And my class wasn't like that. We don't hold things against people, or we love on them. We cherish them. We grew up together as children. Good morning, Tedrick. I think it's afternoon now, maybe. Yeah. What time is it? 12:08. I'm good. Bible say God won't hear that prayer even if Diddy repented. God will forgive him, but he still have to reap what he sowed. That's what the Bible says. You will reap what you sow. And I don't think people believe that because it might not happen right away. Think about it. Sometimes it may be years down the road, or it might be on their way out of here. They might be so sick, all they can do is call on him. But it's what you did to the person back then. It can happen like that. Babies don't have immunity. They can literally die from being kissed by a sick person who don't even know they are sick. Don't kiss babies. Exactly. That's that. Who said that? Yes, Kiara. Thank you. Larry saying you had to ask mom and dad. That's right. I wouldn't dare leave home without asking them. I told y'all about the story with my girlfriend VJ and her boyfriend doing high school. They called me up and said we got a boat. We going out on the Washita River, and he jumped out and got caught in one of those underwater whirl things, and we didn't see him again for almost a week. When they finally found him, he had floated so far away from where she was, and when I went and I asked my mama, she said, and she didn't give me no explanation. And do you think I asked? I still got teeth, right? I'm telling you, that's the way the people did back then. Well, no. Well, why I can't go and all that talking back and all that? You gotta sit your ass down somewhere and be glad you got a seat to sit on that ain't on fire. If Cassie never would have come forward and video came out on Diddy, would still be doing this. Exactly. Cassie made a deal with the feds and will be forever protected because she was scared of Diddy. I can imagine that. The way he was kicking that girl out there in that hole and stuff. Like she an animal or a box or some rocks or anything. Oh, he's a horrible person. When he brought Bieber that Lamborghini and wasn't even able to drive it, that was crazy too. That was something he knew that kid wanted. He played mind games with people. And there's people like that in the world. You know, they know what to get to you. So that's what they want to do with you. Now you better go sit down and leave me alone. Because you really don't know me, okay? You're gone. Because you out here wanting to verbally fight all over YouTube and all that. I got time for that. That's of no interest to me. You want to meet up and you want to beat me up. That ain't going to happen. I'm just telling you right now. 70 years it ain't happening. It ain't going to happen. I'm telling you, okay? But you may come up with some things happening to you. You don't want them done. I'm telling you, I don't think rational when it comes to children. I don't. My folks always ask my friends who they people are exactly. And before you could go marry them folks, baby, my parents knew the whole background of them people. Sure did. But you might be marrying into a whole bunch of molesters or criminals or anything. No, baby. You coming down there to court you, they courted your mom and your daddy first at my house. Yep. Home by 8, 9 o'clock, and the street lights come on. You better have yourself somewhere around that house. Let me get rid of you. Okay, now gone on, friend. Larry saying, tell it, preach it, Ms.V. I just have to speak what's on my mind, Larry. Broken but unbroken is up in the building. I like broken but unbroken, and I like broken but unbothered. I like that too. Diddy locked up for good, and he should be. That's my opinion. And I got the right to have my own opinion, just like you and everybody else in the world, okay? I don't see no need to let a man with a mind that messed up, who done already did as much as he has done, and these people are coming forward, getting attorneys, and speaking up finally. Some of them are grown people now. Can you imagine that childhood, how messed up that was? They really didn't have a childhood. That stripped their childhood right there. Minnesota, where I live. Yeah, Larry. I don't remember the college she went to in Minnesota, because when she left high school, we didn't go to the same high school, because that was during the time of integration. So she lived on the north side, so she ended up going to Neville. I lived on the south side, so I ended up going to Wasserman. Yeah. Larry, his own victim, his own harm. Crazy. But I wonder how you would have felt if somebody had done that to his children. Would that have been okay? Was his children involved in letting other people do that to them? I have questions. I always got questions. He caused all this shit himself. He did, Larry. Ain't nobody putting no gun to his head. He probably was putting guns to other people's head. Karen, no, what makes me sick is that the other celebrities got no repercussions, none whatsoever. They just denounced Diddy. That's it. But you didn't denounce him when you was up in there partying with him and when you saw what was going on, so I don't have no respect for you. Period. Wash their hands off of being part of such criminal, vile, unmoral parties. I can't even imagine going to no all-white party and seeing that kind of stuff going on. And little children up in there. Diddy responsible for Diddy. Exactly, Larry. We are responsible for ourselves. That's right. Once you become an adult, you are responsible for you. It's no longer on your parents. They either taught you and you said, I ain't going to do what they say. Because some kids are just rebellious. They're going to do what they want to do. But in most cases, if they raise you right and they put their strap on your butt, you'll remember. Like my mama used to say, I'm going to rope you like okra. I'm going to put something on you, soap and water. Ain't going to take off in a few days. You won't get that many times. One time will be enough. And then you're still alive. Over here talking about, you going to call the police on your parents. Okay. Let them. If mine ever would have told me that, I'd have told her, okay, when they get here, I'm going to have you all packed up so you can go home with them, okay? Because apparently you don't understand what it takes to keep a roof over your head, clothes on your back, a car for you to drive, paying tuition, look like every month it was rolling around instead of every semester. I ain't trying to hear that. Just go on about your business if you don't like the way things run up in here. It ran for me like that, and I'm still alive, and you don't see no bruises, no scratches, no nothing, no cuts on me. Yeah. I have learned that when I turn 72, when people, friends, make you feel different, it's time to cut them loose. We talked about that last night. I have one person I talk to now, and I talked about that too, Patricia. Your circle should get smaller as you get older because you can't keep up with that big circle of people no more. And you need to be around people like Miss Margaret and I have gotten closer and closer and closer the older we get. Like she called me the other day and she was saying she needed me to take her to an eye appointment. So she made it during the 4 hours that I'm off. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And I put it in my calendar so I could go. When I had my cataract surgery, Miss Margaret took me for the first one. Tasha took me for the second one. You got to have people around you that you know you can depend on and they want to do it. You ain't got to pay them to do it. And you can return the favor right back to them. You're giving the truth of our generation. It's messed up. Good morning, Miss Deborah Silver. Evening now, I think it is. It's after 12 here. When we would go to family members' house, they wouldn't have to tell us, don't let your pride cramp your stomach. Exactly. You better eat before you leave home. My mom always had enough food to feed the neighborhood. Her food, she would always say, my food is stretched just like them 2 fish and 5 barley loaves if I need to. Yeah, everybody was full. And there was always a lot of neighborhood children there. You love Miss Margaret, Larry. Miss Margaret is a trip, but she good as gold. She really is. She talk a lot of noise, but she raised 3 children practically by herself because her husband and her divorced when the kids was pretty young. And she did a good job. One of the daughters is a realtor, another one is a nurse. And I don't know what kind of job her son has, but he high-powered in a big, tall building downtown Houston somewhere. Larry, be careful with your words because YouTube is reviewing your comment. Okay, that's all right. Just take it out, Larry. Just retract it if you can. But anyway, y'all, I done been on here. Hey, JP, how you doing? Glad you came in the building because I still got to get down there and get the rest of my Mars That Sticks. I accidentally took them out, thinking I'm down there taking out some people who had gotten blocked that had contacted me. And I'm up there in the wrong thing, not paying attention, trying to do too many things at one time. Good afternoon, Miss Sandra. You coming on? I'm leaving off, so please catch the replay for me. Thanks to all of y'all coming in this morning. We had a great conversation about this. Y'all feel we all feel about the same way. So I'm thinking we all pretty much will raise the same way during a different time where parents were parents and children were children. You became grown when you were out of that home and paying your own bills. That's the generation I came from. But as long as you up in that home, it's their rules, their regulations. Yeah. So y'all take care. Yeah, Larry, don't want the Secret Service to show up at your house. Quinn is a mess. Hi, Ms.V. I bet I'm missing your live again. Yeah, Vanessa, but catch the replay. It's going to only be an hour. That's it. And thank y'all so much for watching those ads. I know some of them you probably don't like, but the ones you do, I appreciate that because we do get paid for ads. Thank y'all for coming in this morning, chatting with me. But it's that time where I got to start getting myself back together for my evening run, and then it's the weekend, baby. Oh no, we'll watch. Okay, sugar. I appreciate that. We'll see you later. Hopefully tonight, because I got to take care of some business. I need to get on the computer, and then I need to get with Tasha so I can go get a laptop, since she's saying that I can use the laptop. You don't see any of my ads. I see them when I look at my replays, Jewel. I just looked at one this morning. I saw the ads out there. See you later, Kevin and Quinn. Good night. Goodbye. It ain't night yet. I want it to be night so bad. Have a glorious weekend. I'll be out here this weekend, Christina. You never do. I don't know why you don't. I see them myself. Anybody else see the ads other than Jewel says she not seeing the ads? Yes, no. I've been getting paid for them, so I don't understand that, JP. Okay, goodbye to everyone. Good luck, lady. It was nice conversing. It was. So we'll come back later on sometime this weekend. Hopefully I can come back out here tonight, but it probably be later than 7 o'clock because it might be a little bit late when I get home. But it's the weekend for me, and hopefully y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourself, and we'll talk later. Hit the like button on the way out. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk later. Love you much. Thank you again, JP, for coming in.